As a student of history, I feel right now this country is as divided as since the Civil War. My question to you is, for the first time in all of the times I've listened to you, when you said the Republicans as your enemy, it was disheartening. I'm not asking you to retract it. What I'm asking you is, when you are president, would you please extend the olive branch and let us, because we're all Americans, Hillary.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I was answering, I think they sometimes view me that way, and that, you know, like the Iranians, et cetera. Now, when I was First Lady, when I was Senator, when I was Secretary of State, I always reached out to Republicans and worked closely with them. One of the things that, you know, we did, after, as Amy said in her introduction, was the Children's Health Insurance Program after we were not successful getting Affordable Care passed in my husband's administration. I worked with Ted Kennedy and Orrin Hatch. We reformed the adoption and foster care system. I worked with Tom DeLay. I got to the Senate. I worked with Lindsey Graham to provide TRICARE medical benefits to people in the National Guard. I have done that. I will continue to do that. I know how to find common ground. I know how to stand my ground. And I think that is how we need to go at it. But I also think this election is particularly important for people to listen carefully to what candidates are saying. Because it's been my experience that people who run for office and get elected actually try to do what they tell you they intend to do. And I think it would be a grave mistake to go back to trickle-down economics, to go back to giving tax breaks to the wealthy, to get out of the way of corporations, to avoid the dangers and the opportunities presented by climate change and everything I talked about earlier. So it will be a contentious election. And what I have found in my 20-plus years of experience in this arena is that when I'm in office, I have great relations with Republicans. They say wonderful things about me. When I'm running for office, it's a little different. And I get that. I understand that. But you can rest assured, at the base of political action are relationships, just like anything else in life. I will do whatever I can to find that common ground. And I hope there will be a lot of common ground. We just saw common ground on the Export-Import Bank in the House of Representatives. And, you know, I agreed with the Republicans who joined with Democrats. And they did it because the facts are pretty clear. Every other major country we compete with has some kind of system to support their exporters. And if we take that tool away, you're going to lose jobs in New Hampshire, and you're going to lose jobs across America that we shouldn't be losing. We're in a competitive global economy. I cite that as just one example. So Republicans bucked their leadership because they looked at the evidence. And I'm hoping that with the new leadership in the House, there will be some opportunities to find even more common ground. At least that's what I'm counting on.